So, here's the deal. The story of John and Lorena Bobbitt is a wild ride. It all began in Manassas, Virginia back in 1993. The two were a young married couple, but their home life was far from peaceful. John had come back from a night out, and, as Lorena says, he assaulted her. This wasn't the first time, as Lorena accused him of repeated physical violence and sexual assaults throughout their marriage. Only this time, Lorena retaliated. In the middle of the night, she cut John's penis off with a kitchen knife. Understandably, Lorena was a bit shaken up. She immediately left their apartment with the severed penis and drove away, tossing it into a field along the way. Soon after, reality set in, and she called 911. The local police found the penis and brought it to the hospital where John was being treated. He was then flown to a hospital skilled in reattachment surgery. Now, as you can imagine, this story exploded, and the media was all over it. Talk shows and tabloids couldn't get enough, and public opinion was predictably divided. Some resonated with Lorena's claims of ongoing abuse, while others viewed her actions as extreme and brutal. The medical community was more concerned with the surgical aspect. The reattachment was a first of its kind, after all. The legal proceedings were a drama in and of themselves. The couple's problems were aired out in two big trials that seemed to captivate the entire country. First, John's trial rolled around in November of '93. Despite Lorena's claims of his abusive behavior triggering her reaction, he was acquitted of marital sexual assault. Instead, he landed a brief jail stay for an unrelated battery charge. A few months later, it was Lorena's turn in the courtroom. Her lawyers played a big card arguing that she had been suffering from PTSD due to the constant abuse, causing her to react impulsively in self-defense. The jury agreed and found her not guilty due to temporary insanity. So, what was the aftermath of this crazy story? Well, John tried capitalizing on his notoriety by diving into the world of adult entertainment, but his ventures didn't prove successful. In fact, he ended up with more legal troubles, and at one point, even served a few months for theft. Meanwhile, Lorena looked for a fresh start. She was briefly held under psychiatric observation, but was released and didn't serve any time for her actions. She reverted to her maiden name, became a U.S. citizen, and even founded a charity to help victims of domestic violence. In their separate ways, both tried to move on from what had transpired, with varying degrees of success. To this date, the case carries a mix of mockery and sympathy, depending on who you ask. Some use it for cheap laughs, while others see it as a haunting tale of domestic abuse. Regardless, it remains one of the most sensational tabloid tales of the 90s. At the end of the day, this story isn't really about a severed penis. It's about domestic abuse, societal response, and the extraordinary lengths people may go to escape such situations. It's a stark reminder that behind every scandalous headline, there's often a much deeper, darker truth. And that's the real deal with the John and Lorena Bobbitt saga.